Unfortunately, nothing in life is enjoyable 100% of the time. This even extends to retirement. Today, I'm going to tell you what I love and what I don't love about early retirement. Much to the surprise of my wife and I, even leading up to our retirement and now extending into our retirement, people really don't like the idea that you've retired early or that you're going to retire early. And I don't know what to chalk that up to. I'm not sure why people don't respond to it well. A lot of times, if you give people good news, even if it's just to placate you, they'll say something nice like they're happy for you. But it was really shocking to my wife and I that a lot of times when we would tell people that we were retiring, or even now that we are retired, they have a negative response to that. They say, "Oh, you're going to get lazy, or you're going to get fat. It's going to be unhealthy for you. What if you run out of money?" And so that was something that really caught us off guard. I say, even to this day, it's still happening. And so I was really surprised by that. So much so that there's a guy that I know who retired at the exact same age that I retired at. I retired when I was 46. He retired also when he was 46. The difference between he and I is that he is about 2.5 decades older than me. So he's been retired for quite some time now. And surprisingly to me, he had the exact same experience. I think you'll find that you'll be re energized by your early retirement. You'll find kind of a fountain of youth. Now, I was never really a big runner. I did quite a bit of running when I was young, but I honestly never really enjoyed it. So, much to my surprise, after I retired, I decided to run a full marathon. And since retiring, I've run two full marathons. I've run a half marathon, and I can't even count how many 10Ks and 5Ks I've run. Now I've kind of exited that phase. I'm not really running so much anymore. I kind of got it out of my system, but that's just a an example of kind of the reinvigoration that you're going to feel in your life. I went through a pickleball phase for about 6 months, and just all kinds of possibilities and things that you're going to want to try since you now have the time to try those things. One thing that I think you will find is that it's going to take you a little while to settle into your new normal. Now, one thing that your work life does provide is it provides a little bit of a structure. And so when you retire early, that structure kind of goes away. You don't have those requirements where maybe you have to be in the office, or maybe even if you're working from home, you have to be working during certain hours. That isn't dictated to you. And so you're kind of left it a little bit to your own devices, so that you have to figure it out for yourself. Now, I'm not saying this is a negative thing. This is definitely a positive thing, and it's something really that my wife and I have enjoyed figuring out. And so, what a start of a day looks like for us typically is we'll get up and we have a couple dogs, so we'll look after the dogs, and then we'll settle into a chair and have a cup of coffee and talk about what's going on for the day. And then following that, we'll do some exercise. That is just what we have kind of settled into. Now, what you choose to do with your time is going to be completely different. But don't be surprised if it takes you a few weeks or maybe even months to kind of figure out what a day is going to look like for you. You shouldn't be surprised if you start to feel like you have no idea how you ever got anything done during your working years. How did you ever get the grass cut or find time to sit down and pay the bills? How did you ever find time to go out on a date night, or just any of those things that keep you busy in addition to your work life during those working years? And so the experience that my wife and I have had, and I really think this is a positive thing, is that we feel even busier now than we were during our working years. So we don't have jobs and the kids are out of the house. And so you would think that things would start to slow down. Now, I think that it's a healthy thing to stay busy. I think it's probably what keeps you healthy, or one of the main things that will keep you healthy in early retirement is staying busy and staying productive and staying on the move. But you will be surprised, I think, to find that some days, sometimes you will feel like there's not enough hours in the day. Now, something that my wife has also experienced in early retirement is as we get older, of course, our parents get older. And so, one thing that has taken up some of her time is the care of her father. He's 86 years old, and his health is not what it once was, and so he does require quite a bit of care. And so my wife is included in that. Sometimes I'm included in that, but in addition to the times where your day is filled by the things that you choose to fill your day with, you will find that there are other responsibilities that will make themselves known as you get older. Another thing that you're going to truly realize is the value of time versus the value of money. You just can't buy more time with your parents. You can't buy more time with your siblings or with your kids or with your grandkids. You can't buy more time for vacations or other hobbies that you enjoy. You can always make more money, but you can never make up for lost time. And I'll be honest, during my retirement, I have thought about momentarily, I thought about, well, if we went back to work, we could be making X amount of dollars, these tens of thousands of dollars that we're missing out on each year. But after close consideration and not much time wasted on it, you just realize that the time is far more valuable than any dollar that you could ever make. I want to quickly thank you all for supporting my young channel. Now, YouTube really only respects two things. That's watch hours and subscribers. That gives them the idea of what videos they should be putting in front of people to watch. Currently, less than 10% of the people who are watching my videos are subscribed. And I want to continue to put out this important information about financial independence. So if you'd like to help me out, please subscribe now. People are going to have all kinds of great ideas about what you should be doing with your newfound free time. And I don't think this is necessarily unique to retirement. Certainly, I experienced this during my work life as well. But maybe the perception is you have got now all the time in the world to do things. And maybe it's something that they'd like to see get done, but they don't have the time to do it. Or it could even be something that they'd like to see get done, but they have no desire to do it themselves. And so they may ask you if you'd be willing to do that thing. And it presents itself maybe with a lot of unique volunteer positions that you could take on. Today's verse of the day is Matthew 6:25. Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you shall eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes? You're going to feel the desire to get and to stay healthy. For the first time in your life, you may feel like you're making up your own rules, like you're making your own schedule. And so you're going to want to feel like you're going to want to keep the good times rolling. I think that's really the first reason. Now, the second reason is as you get older, the people around you are going to get older as well. So you're going to start them feeling less healthy, or you're going to start seeing them spending more time in the hospital, or you're going to start seeing folks around you who are going to be passing away. And so that is going to motivate you to want to eat as healthily as you can and to get a good exercise routine going so that you can extend the good times well into the future.